Alright, here we go, another video on the Electrolux EWD1477. In this video I'm going to quickly show you how to enter the service diagnostic mode that a service technician might use to test the different parts of the machine without having to wait for different parts of the machine to operate as it goes through these cycles. So basically what you want to do is have it in the off position, and then while it's off, hold these two buttons down, and then I'm going to turn the knob one unit to the right, and so it's going to go to whites intensive, as you can see there. Alright, and you see now I can let go. It does this little dance thing, and so what it's doing is I guess it's showing the technician that it's in its service mode, testing mode thing, but it's also going through all the different LEDs just make sure that the control panel's actually operating correctly. And so what I'm going to do now is, as you turn it around, it seems to test different parts of the machine. So now it's testing one of the fill port solenoids, and it's the solenoid that's not actually going into this compartment. It's one of the ones back here that actually directly fill the drum of the machine. Yeah, that's the one that fills the drum of the machine. And so we'll go to the next one now. And as you can see, this is one of the ones that fills the inside of the chemical compartment. I think what's happening with this one is that the dry only setting is supposed to be all three running at once, or at least two of them running at once, but as I discussed in one of my other videos on this machine, there's a problem with it getting blocked up here and maybe in the solenoids, and I still haven't actually fixed that yet. But oh well, I don't think I'm going to bother. I'm just going to actually put my chemicals in there when I do my run now. I don't think it really matters at all. And now we've got some kind of error. I don't actually know what that is. Another thing to keep in mind when you're using service mode is that there's no guarantee that that you're not going to harm the machine. Like error 36 was probably something like an overfill alarm or something, because it was just testing the filling, and so it might have otherwise gone on filling forever because it's not operating in its normal mode. So I'll just put that on again and I'll show you some of the other things it'll do. Now this is another thing that I noticed. When you go out of service mode, it goes into this ELE mode the next time you go to use the machine, and I don't actually know what that is, but like all of these lights come on and it seems to do a lot of things. Like that seems to be testing the pump that circulates the water through the drum, is testing the drum itself as well, but it's not really filling anything, it's just using the residual water. Anyway, I'll turn that off and that'll take it out of that mode. And so there you go, there it is in its normal mode, ready to be used by someone in a normal situation. So we'll put it back into service mode again. Becoming a long video, isn't it? And so yep, now it's in service mode, and we'll just keep testing these. Okay, so this one seems to be testing that pump that pumps water through and makes, I guess it makes bubbles and just circulates the chemicals in there, but that seems to be working fine. This is the next one. I think this one or the next one does a full spin test where it spins up to 1400 RPM. Yeah. So that's going to start spinning stuff. Alright, now this one, Delicate, seems to be testing the drain pump, which seems to be working well. Most of the water's out of it now. There it is, testing the dryer fan blower that moves the hot air through the unit when you're drying clothes, because this is a combo washer dryer, it's not just a washing machine. Anyway, the next setting, idea. Okay, I'm not sure what error 36 is. I'm sure you could look it up. Some of these ones up here are a bit different. They don't seem to do things so much. So this one is just kind of again displaying the different LEDs, maybe to test this. This one again isn't really doing anything that I know. I mean, these might have functions like maybe you're supposed to test other things with a multimeter, or like this might be doing stuff with the complicated pressure diaphragms that this kind of machine uses to monitor the water level, which is they're these two sort of small round units up the top here, and there's a black tube that goes down to the drum from each of them, and then that's used to test the water level, and so that can be related to filling problems as well from what I've seen online. You should probably look up some videos on those pressure diaphragms if you want to know more about how to replace them. It's pretty easy, you just buy a new one and plug it in. Alright, anyway, next setting, see if it does anything interesting. Nope. Nope. And it seemed to do something, but now it's not. Anyway, so we'll turn it off and we'll turn it on again. It's gone into ELE mode again, and it'll probably start testing everything. Yeah, there it goes. Feeling, and then it'll spin and do some kind of cycle. I'm guessing that this is like, what I think ELE is, because it comes up after you exit the service menu, it makes sense that this is like, it's probably a really quick program where it basically fills for a minute and then it probably spins the drum and turns all the little water pumps on, and then it probably drains it and spins it within like a minute or two, and then it probably turns on the dryer. So it's like it's doing a full test of everything that the machine can do, but it probably does it in 10 minutes or less. And that's just so that the service guy can basically pack up his equipment and like sort out paperwork with the client that he's gone to fix their machine, and it's basically just making sure that the machine is completely ready and you know, back in working order. That's all that I can think this is, and that kind of makes sense because it's displaying everything, like it's going to do that and then that and then that and then that and then that. Because usually with this machine, if the LEDs are lit up, it means it's just going to do them in that order according to whatever you happen to be running. Alright, I think that'll conclude this video, and I think I'm just about done with testing this machine. It's back to how I want it. You can watch my other long video about what I've done to this machine to get it back running in a good working order again. Alright, thanks for watching.